This is Byron and Kelly. We are mum and dad to Maya, our little girl who was born in 2019. Took us all by surprise, arriving 10 days early. Was slightly low birth weight, but no concerns. Just absolute perfection to us. The most happy, content, giggly little baby that you've ever known, really. Made our world complete by adding her to our family.
Yeah, she was perfect. Her engagement, her laugh, we never had any concerns. She played really good motor skills when she was young. You could give her little activities to do and she would. She really loved to play. She loved the role play, babbling away when she was younger.
She was actually interested in toys as well, which we don't see anymore. She has no interest in toys, but 14 months after Maya arrived, little brother Jaden came along too. Although you'd think he's older brother now with how he is with Maya, but there was absolutely no concerns at this point in terms of her development at all.
The only thing that was a concern for us was the walking. And how many months? 16 months.
The steps arrived.
Really unorthodox way of walking to start with. But then she became so good with her walking on difficult surfaces. She was really, really good. And then shortly after this, is when we started to look at, some tests for Maya, blood tests for Maya, where we felt like she had some allergies. And then during...
Speech and language, all around her 2.5-year birthday, she hadn't started talking, and we just assumed all of this would come with time, but that's when we started getting referrals for speech and language, occupational therapy, the tapping started, and we just assumed that it was a STIM because we were looking at an autism diagnosis essentially at this point.
We just found that she was very fatigued too, so she spent a lot more time in the pushchair, not wanting to walk, not being able to walk. She'd sort of throw herself down to the floor. And then shortly after meeting with a paediatrician, this was the day actually we went for the MRI to test for what one paediatrician said was Rett syndrome. At this point, we just thought Maya would go to school, she'd have an EHCP, and during the time we were waiting, we just wanted to create new memories. We took the family away for a bit, created some wonderful memories together, which was great. We thought we'd hear back and it would probably be autism, and the speech and stuff would just come over time, at this particular point.
It was carefree until January 2023 when a paediatrician observed Maya and said, "Have you ever heard of Rett syndrome?" I had never heard of it, neither of us had ever heard of it or any of our families, but after Googling it, it's just completely life-changing that was a possibility, but life carries on. Kids still have to go to nursery, to school, we have to work, provide, for our family. And then in June 2023, we got a diagnosis. Then it went from worse to worse because in that time, a month after, Maya had 2 seizures and also got diagnosed with epilepsy.
Which was awful. In one particular situation, she was taken to resus. Imagine, being taken off in an ambulance and arriving and having to call up to find out where your daughter is and being told she's in resuscitation. There's our son, who spends some of his time too with Maya in hospital. He's at an age now where he understands there's some differences, but shows real compassion towards his sister. And our hope with gene therapy is that, they'll be able to actually communicate, go to school together, hold hands, and
grow. We don't want this to be the best that we have of Maya. We want to be able to explore and do so much more and not have to cram it into the now because this might be the most development she ever has in her life.
Yeah.
We're just really scared about the future without gene therapy.